Okay, classes, welcome to your lesson, your grammar lesson, all about the possessive apostrophe. This is something that we have done before, so for most of us, this will just be a little bit of recap, making sure that we are perfectly fluent in using the possessive apostrophe. Now, what does possessive mean? Well, possessive means, as you can see here, it means to possess or to own something. So when we're talking about the possessive apostrophe, what we are talking about are things which belong to somebody. For example, you can see the example there, the boy's shoes, the shoes which belong to the boy, Tommy's hat, the hat which belongs to Tommy, and James's scarf, the scarf which belongs to James. Now, in this lesson, what you might want to do is take time to have both this open and the independent task worksheet as well. So this is going to help us with task 1. Simple possessive apostrophes. These are the ones that we use most commonly, and they're the easiest ones to work out. What we do is we put an apostrophe between the last letter of the noun and S. Okay, so have a look at the example there. It was Jim's hat. I need to identify the object, which is the hat, and then I need to identify the subject, which is Jim. So the hat belongs to Jim, therefore it was Jim's hat. Second one, those boys were playing with Tim's football. So I identify that the object is the football, it's the thing, and Tim is the subject. It was Tim's football. Football belonged to Tim. So I write that as Tim apostrophe S. At this point, you might want to go over and have a go at task 1. Task 1 is putting apostrophes in these sentences. Those are Timmy's shoes, that is David's bicycle, the boys' lesson started that morning, Amelia's tummy was starting to grumble, the dog's food was locked away in the cupboard. Now, what you need each time, you need to identify what the object is in the sentence, who the subject is, and then work out where to put the apostrophe. So obviously you can pause the video at your own pace, or you can watch this whole thing and then go and do the independent task. It's absolutely up to you. But we're going to move on now to possessive apostrophe. The same type of apostrophe, it's doing the same thing, still the possessive apostrophe, but it's words which end in S. Okay, have a look at this example. It was James's ball. Now, can you see how it looks clumsy and it sounds difficult to say it was James's ball? It's not that easy to, it's not as easy as just putting it like this. This is in fact a mistake. And I wonder if you can identify what the mistake is. Well done if you identified, if you remembered from learning this previously, that when the word, the person, in this case, James, it ends with an S, his name, we don't put apostrophe S, we just put apostrophe. So we pronounce this, it was James's ball. It was James's ball. We don't need apostrophe S, or the end with an S. So we just put an apostrophe, and that's all. And we read that it was James's ball. It's just one of those little exceptions to the rule in the English language that we have to learn. This is also how it applies to plurals being more than one thing, okay? So in this sentence, it was the girl's favourite time of the day. I'm talking about more than one girl. So I'm saying maybe there were 3 girls and it was all of their favourite time of the day. Say breakfast, they absolutely loved breakfast. So it was the girl's favourite time of the day. Now, because I have plural girls, I don't need to put girls apostrophe S. It's not girls, it is. It was the girl's favourite time of the day. Not the girl's favourite time of the day. The girl's apostrophe favourite time of the day. At this point then, you can stop if you're going bit by bit, and that information I've just given you will help you with task 2. You're putting apostrophe in the sentences. Each time you need to identify the subject, and the subject either ends with an S or is plural. Okay. Be careful with task 2. There is one in there which is a bit of a trick. So if you can identify that one and tell me as a challenge which one you think is the trick question in task 2. Last but not least, we have the final task. The final task is for you to write a short paragraph. Now, I'm confident that most of us are able to use the possessive apostrophe because we do it in class quite well. But what we do need to work on is making sure that we do it as part of our writing. So don't just think about this lesson standing on its own. Think about it in the context of all of your other lessons as well, and think about how you can include the possessive apostrophe in your writing all the time, as many times as you can when it's appropriate to do so. So what I want you to do is write a short paragraph, just 4 or 5 sentences, about a topic of your choice. It can be about you and your life, or it can be about your friends or your hobbies or anything. It doesn't matter what it's about as long as it is appropriate, and it must contain at least 10, quite a lot, 10 possessive apostrophes. Okay, now as a challenge, can you include possessive apostrophes for words ending in an S, just like we did in that previous one, like James and Thomas, or plurals, the girls, the boys, etc. When you come to, when you come to write that, you'll do it on your independent task down here. You can just start a new line and start typing. When you do write a word, like that, that has the correctly included apostrophe, then what you can do is highlight it, and then I will see that you have 10 possessive apostrophes in there, okay? I'm not going to leave that one in there. You're going to have to come up with your own final task paragraph. Any questions, talk to me and Miss Lobo, and good luck.